Adolf Hitler was born on April 20th, 1889, in Brunau am Inn, Austria-Hungary, to Clara and Alois Hitler. Adolf Hitler, like many young children at the time, began to develop German nationalistic ideas at a young age. With the sudden death of his father in 1903, Hitler's performance in school rapidly declined, which led him to drop out of secondary school and move to Vienna. It was here that Hitler famously applied to the Academy of Fine Arts, both in 1907 and 1908, but was rejected both times. That same year, on December 21st, 1907, Hitler's mother died and he was left penniless. Adolf Hitler spent the next 6 months in homeless shelters until the 5th of February, 1914, where he was called upon to be conscripted into the Austrian army. He was rapidly dismissed due to failing his physical exam, and he moved to Munich, where on the outbreak of World War I, he enlisted in the Bavarian army as a dispatch runner. He served on the Western Front and participated in many major battles, including the Battle of Passchendaele and the Battle of the Somme. He was decorated for bravery multiple times and received the Iron Cross on August 4th, 1918. Adolf Hitler routinely described the war as the greatest of all experiences. He was often praised by his superiors for his bravery, and his participation in the war reinforced his German patriotism. Adolf Hitler was injured at the Battle of the Somme by an artillery shell and was later temporarily blinded by a mustard gas attack, which had left him hospitalized for the rest of the war. It was here that he learned of Germany's surrender. Adolf Hitler emerged from World War I a changed man, and felt as though Germany had been stabbed in the back by the Marxist and civil leaders. Hitler remained in the army and was appointed as an intelligence agent, where he was sent to spy on the German Workers' Party. Hitler soon became infatuated with the party's anti-capitalistic, anti-Marxist, and anti-Semitic views. He soon became a member of the party himself, and soon after, the party changed their name to the National Socialist German Workers' Party, or the Nazi Party for short. In 1921, Hitler became the leader of the Nazi Party, and he attracted many followers with his speeches. In 1923, Hitler and the Nazis attempted a coup known as the Beer Hall Putsch, which failed and ended up in Adolf Hitler's arrest. He was sentenced to 5 years in Landsberg prison, where he wrote and published his first volume of Mein Kampf and outlined his plans for the transformation of Germany. Once Hitler was released from prison, he began to rebuild the Nazi Party. The Great Depression in the United States of America rocked the rest of the world's economy and provided the perfect atmosphere for the growth of the Nazi Party. With the party's popularity, Hitler ran against President von Hindenburg in 1932 and gained 35% of the votes. Fearing another coup, von Hindenburg appointed Hitler as Chancellor of Germany. Hitler began the transformation of the German government, and on the 23rd of March, 1933, the Enabling Act was passed, which transformed the German government into a dictatorship led by Adolf Hitler. With Hitler elected the leader of Germany, he began revising the Treaty of Versailles, remilitarized the Rhineland, annexed Austria, and the German parts of Czechoslovakia. With an alliance between Japan, Italy, and Germany, and a non-aggression pact with the Soviets in place, Hitler was ready to take Germany to war. And on September 1st, 1939, Adolf Hitler invaded Poland and declared war on the Allies. The Netherlands, Belgium, and France all fell to the Nazis. With his success in mainland Europe, Adolf Hitler turned his eyes to Britain. With Hitler's navy being no match for the British, Adolf Hitler ordered his air force to bomb the British into surrender. However, the bombing of military targets quickly changed to civilian population centers, such as London. This became known as the Blitz. The British soon gained air superiority, and with his defeat in the skies, Adolf Hitler turned his eyes to the east. On June 22, 1941, Adolf Hitler ordered his armies into the Soviet Union and saw great initial success, until his army was halted at the city of Stalingrad. With the Soviet winter and lack of supplies, Adolf Hitler's army was defeated and began the long retreat back into Germany. He suffered many losses, and the entire Sixth Army was cut off and almost completely destroyed. The Allies landed in the west and began to liberate Nazi-occupied France and push into Western Germany. As his enemies grew closer and closer on both sides, Adolf Hitler's desperation to end the war grew. With the Soviet capture of Berlin and the last of the resistance being destroyed, Adolf Hitler retreated to his bunker and, along with his wife and his dog, committed suicide. The war was over and the Allies had emerged victorious. However, throughout their conquest of Germany, they had unearthed the dark secret that the Nazis had been hiding from the rest of the world. Throughout Germany and Poland, large camps were discovered. They were housing Jewish men, women, and children, and other people deemed unfit by the Nazi regime. These camps were ridden with starvation, and death was everywhere. The purpose of these camps was unknown at first. However, when the soldiers went deeper, they uncovered a very dark truth. These camps were used for forced labor and the extermination of the European Jewish population.